Feeding, carnivore jaws. Flesh-eating dinosaurs commonly fed on the numerous herbivores. Most carnivores had sharp teeth to pierce tough skin of their prey and to tear off chunks of flesh which were swallowed whole. Generally smaller carnivores hunted in packs and larger carnivores hunted alone. Describe herbivore. Describe an animal that eats only plant food. Most herbivorous dinosaurs had special teeth for grinding plant material. Herbivorous dinosaurs include the huge Apatosaurus and the large plated Stegosaurus. Describe carnivore. Describe an animal that eats mainly or entirely meat. Most carnivorous animals, predators that feed by hunting other animals. Carnivorous dinosaurs include the giant Tyrannosaurus and the pack hunter Deinonychus. Tyrannosaurus jaws, equipped with massive jaws, this ferocious flesh eater could kill prey with one piercing bite from its dagger-like fangs. Here the sharp teeth, serrated like a steak knife blade. Here the large tongue pushed lump of flesh into the throat for swallowing. Here the powerful jaws, and here forward pointing eyes help the dinosaur judge distance when attacking prey. Amazing facts. In 1995, scientists in Argentina discovered the remains of the giant predator dinosaur, Giganotosaurus carolini, weighed around 7 tons, 6.5 imperial tons, and was 12.5 meters, 41 feet long. This immense flesh eater lived some 97 million years ago, and it's thought to be the largest predator to have walked on Earth. Carnivorous dinosaurs. The two-legged theropods, beast-footed dinosaurs, included all known carnivorous flesh-eating dinosaurs. Within the group, there were chicken-sized lizard, chicken-sized eaters such as Compsognathus and the giant Tyrannosaurus, which killed and ate plant-eating dinosaurs. Dinosaurs. This dinosaur was one of the largest and most powerful predatory dinosaurs and grew to be as heavy as an elephant. It had huge head, powerful jaws, and large curved sharp teeth. Its legs were massive and its arms were comparatively small with sharp clawed two-fingered hands. Dinosaurs probably hunted alone and followed the herds of horned duck-billed dinosaurs, attacking the weak and the sick. Tyrannosaurus may have ambushed its victim and charging with jaws wide open to snatch up after a short chase. The flexible joints in Tyrannosaurus skull absorbed the impact of charging at prey. Its mouth open. Tyrannosaurus could have pierced the flesh of herbivore plant eater with its sharp teeth and twisted its head forward and backward to show off the flesh. Tyrannosaurus may have stabbed smaller dinosaurs with its teeth and then eaten them whole. Deinonychus. This predator was a lightweight, fast-moving pack hunter. Deinonychus was formidably armed with large fangs, strong arms, grasping fingers, and sharp claws, but even more fearsome was the swiveling terrible claw on the second toe of each of the muscular legs. Scientists believe that Deinonychus lived in groups. Each individual would have snapped up lizard in its path by walking together in packs. They could have caught dinosaurs much bigger than themselves. It is believed that when attacking larger prey, Deinonychus kicked out its feet. It may have balanced on one foot and kick with the other, tearing deep gashes in the victim's belly. Alternatively, it may have jumped forward with both feet to sink its claws into its victim. Either way, the victim would soon collapse and then be eaten by the pack. Baryonyx, this was unusual predator with a long, narrow crocodile-like jaws filled with sharp teeth. Baryonyx had strong arms with a large hooked thumb claw and a longer neck than the other big theropods, such as Tyrannosaurus. Baryonyx prowled through floodplains by rivers, lakes, and swamps. It probably waded into water and caught big fish with its great thumb claws, and as a grizzly bears snatch salmon from Alaskan rivers. It may have also crouched on the shore, craning its long neck over water to seize passing fish in its jaws. Its long mouth and pointed teeth would have been ideal for grasping slippery prey. Oviraptor, although its body was much like of that of any other theropod, the bird-like predator had a strangely shaped teeth head, two strong toothless jaws entered in the horny beak, two sharp bony prongs jutted down from one roof of the mouth, and the head was surmounted by a crest. Originally, Oviraptor was believed to have an egg eater, stealing eggs from other dinosaurs and crushing them inside its strong beak with two bony prongs. It may also have fed on shellfish, hard fruits, and seeds, scooping them up with its hands and crushing them between its jaws. Compsognathus, this chicken-sized theropod, was delicately built. It had an arrow-pointed head, jaws, and with small sharp teeth, short forelimbs with two-fingered hand. Compsognathus is thought to have stalked through the undergrowth, its keen eyes quick to catch the slight movement of large insect, lizard, or mouse-like mammals. These small creatures were probably swallowed whole. Larger prey may have been gripped by Compsognathus' clawed hands while it bit off chunks of flesh. How herbivores chewed.
Modern-day plant eaters chew plant food by moving their lower jaw in a circular grinding motion. However, dinosaurs were probably like reptiles of today, which can only clamp their jaws up and down. So how did they chew plant fibers? Some had an ingenious method of chewing. As their jaws closed, the upper teeth struck the lower teeth at an angle, sliding the upper jaw outwards in a grinding motion.
Herbivore digestion. Plant-eating dinosaurs were adapted to a diet, though, of tough vegetation, such as ferns and conifers, which had to be thoroughly pulped to release any nutrition. Plant eaters of herbivores used different methods to pulp plant food. Sauropods swallowed stones and called gastroliths, while other herbivores had teeth that chopped or grated food. Herbivores describe an animal that eats only plant food. Most herbivorous dinosaurs had special teeth for grinding plant material. Herbivorous dinosaurs included the huge Apatosaurus and the large plated Stegosaurus. Sauropods, a group of large immense plant-eating dinosaurs. Sauropods, lizard-footed dinosaurs, walked on four legs and usually had a long neck and long tail. Huge Brachiosaurus was sauropod. Sauropod belongs to one of the two subgroups of sauropodomorphs. Lizard feet forms. The sauropodomorphs were a group of Saurischian lizard-hip dinosaurs. Stones that were swallowed by some large plant-eating dinosaurs. Gastroliths or Gishard stones are thought to have worked like teeth by grinding together to crush plant material into a digestible pulp as the stomach churned. Long-necked browser, the sauropods such as this Brachiosaurus used their long neck to reach treetops vegetation, which was swallowed unchewed. This is a tiny head containing chisel-shaped teeth. Here the flexible neck up to 9 meters, 30 feet long. Here the front legs longer than back legs.
Brachiosaurus was an immense plant-eating dinosaur that used its long neck to reach food in the treetops, cropping vegetation with its small chisel-shaped teeth. Food swallowed by Brachiosaurus was pushed down the esophagus. The muscular walls of the esophagus squeezed the food downwards to the stomach. Inside the stomach, the unchewed vegetation was mixed with digesting chemicals called enzymes released from the stomach wall. Stomach stones, called gastroliths, were swallowed by the dinosaur. These gastroliths ground together when the stomach muscles contracted, crushing tough vegetation into a digestible liquid paste. After preliminary digestion by enzymes in the stomach, the food passed into the small intestine, where it was digested further and absorbed into the bloodstream. Undigested material passed into the large intestine. Any remaining waste material was pushed out of the body through the cloaca.
Amazing facts. Adult humans have 32 teeth. In all, 16 in the upper jaw and 16 in the lower. Some plant-eating dinosaurs had as many as 960 teeth. They were arranged in batteries groups along the upper and lower jaws. Plants and dinosaurs. The most of the 160 million years that dinosaurs dominated life on land, Earth's climate was warm and mild. This type of climates encourage abundant plant growth and lush vegetation, give to provide food for newly evolving plant-eating dinosaurs. In the Triassic period, 248 to 208 million years ago, the plants that flourished were non-flowering and included cycads, palm-like tropical plants, ferns, plants with leaves divided into many small leaves, tree ferns and horsetails, brush-like plants. These plants were also flourished during the wetter Jurassic period, 208 to 144 million years ago, along with forest of conifers, plant that produced by making cones. By the Cretaceous period, 144 to 65 million years ago, flowering plants had evolved and they became dominant plant types. Plant-eating dinosaurs. Different types of dinosaurs evolved, which ate the different types of vegetation. Their body size and the shape of their jaws and teeth gives the good indication of what they ate. Some, such as giant sauropods, lizard-footed dinosaurs, were tall and long-necked and used their peg-like teeth to crop and rake in vegetation at the treetop level. Others, such as large ornithopods, bird-footed dinosaurs, had fleshy cheeks that stopped food from falling out of the mouth. Rows of cheek teeth ground the vegetation into digestible pulp. Plant as food. Plant eaters have a great advantage over flesh eaters. They do not need to hunt for their food. Plant eater therefore expends less energy in obtaining its food than the flesh eater. Disadvantage of eating plants is that they have much lower nutritional value than meat. The plants eaten by dinosaurs were generally thought tough and fibrous and need to be thoroughly crushed and softened up in order to release any nutritional value. Uh, in addition, much of the structure of plants it is made up of the material called cellulose, which is chemically close to starch but which cannot be digested by animals extinct or living. Plant-eating dinosaurs adapted various feeding habits in order to derive maximum benefits from their food. Some, perhaps all, plant eaters had microorganisms living in their digestive system. These microorganisms were capable of digesting cellulose, so that the dinosaurs could benefit from this otherwise indigestible material. Similar microorganisms can be found in living plant eaters such as cattle and horses. Most probably all plant-eating dinosaurs had long digestive systems to extract the maximum nutritional benefit from their food. Sauropods. It was once believed that the immense sauropods, lizard-footed dinosaurs such as Apatosaurus, must have survived on soft water-dwelling plants. It was thought that because their head and mouth were small and because that they did not have many teeth, they would not be able to take sufficient tough vegetation to keep their large bodies alive. More recently, it had been shown that the sauropod used the mouth as a simple inlet for raking the vegetation from trees and shrubs such as conifers and tree ferns. This was swallowed without chewing. The chewing of a food took place in gizzard part of the stomach. These contain gastroliths, stones that had been swallowed by dinosaurs that ground up vegetation inside the stomach. Some living birds also swallow stones to help crush food in the same way. Most sauropods had a long neck that enabled them to reach vegetation from treetops and to crop plants at the ground level. Large ornithopods, many large ornithopods, bird-footed dinosaurs such as the Hadrosaur, Corythosaurus lived and fed in herds like modern grazing herds of African savanna. They had large numbers of grating cheeks, teeth that probably enabled them to feed on tough plants. Corythosaurus herd would have trampled path through rich forest of magnolias, ferns, plums, and cypress trees, browsing on the vegetation of low-growing trees and cropping low-growing flowering plants. They would have cropped leaves and fruits with their beak before grinding them into a pulp inside the mouth and swallowing it. The pulp food was probably digested further by enzymes in stomach and intestines and probably by microorganisms. Ceratopsians, many ceratopsians horn-faced dinosaurs, including Protoceratops, were herd-living animals that probably wandered within a limited area, feeding on tough vegetation, including ferns and flowering plants. Ceratopsians had a sharp beak to bite off pieces of vegetation and large numbers of cheek teeth with sharp edges. As the dinosaur's powerful jaws slammed shut and sharp cutting edges slid past each other and sliced up the vegetation like a pair of scissors. This was probably repeated until the food was finally chopped when it was swallowed. Once the stomach, the food may have been further ground up by stomach stones, as it was in the sauropods, lizard-footed dinosaurs, or the food may have been digested by enzymes and microorganisms in order to release food substances that could be absorbed by the body. And here, herbivores describe an animal eats only plant food. Most herbivorous dinosaurs had special teeth for grinding plant material. Herbivorous dinosaurs included the huge Apatosaurus and large plated Stegosaurus. Sauropods, a group of large, immense plant-eating dinosaurs. Sauropods, lizard-footed dinosaurs, worked on all four legs and usually had a long neck and long tail. Huge Brachiosaurus was sauropod. Sauropods belongs to one of the two subgroups of Sauropodomorphs. Sauropodomorphs, lizard feet forms, and the Sauropodomorphs were the group of Saurischian lizard-shaped dinosaurs. Here, gastroliths, stones that were swallowed by some large plant-eating dinosaurs. Gastrolith or gizzard stones are thought to have worked like teeth by grinding together to crush plant material into digestible pulp as the stomach churned. Jaw types. Herbivore scissor jaws. The jaws and teeth of herbivores were adapted for eating vegetation. Sauropods had leaf-shaped teeth for snipping off leaves or peg-shaped teeth for raking its vegetation. Ornithischian dinosaurs had scissor-like teeth to slice plants or cheek teeth to grind leaves. Here, herbivores describe an animal that eats only plant food. Most herbivorous dinosaurs had special teeth for grinding plant material. Herbivorous dinosaurs included the huge Apatosaurus and large plated Stegosaurus. Sauropods, a group of large, immense plant-eating dinosaurs. Sauropods, lizard-footed dinosaurs, worked on four legs and usually had a long neck and long tail. The huge Brachiosaurus was a sauropod. Sauropods belong to one of the two subgroups of Sauropodomorphs, lizard feet dinosaurs, and the Sauropodomorphs were a group of Saurischian lizard hip dinosaurs. Ornithischians describe the bird hip dinosaurs, one of the two major groups of dinosaurs. All dinosaurs are divided into two groups based on the structure of their pelvis, hip bones. All Ornithischian dinosaurs are herbivorous, plant eaters. Here you can see Camarasaurus jaws, strong jaws and flat slided teeth, cropped leaves and rough bark twigs. Short snout, thick jaw bones, held deep rooted teeth. And here lower jaw, and here eye sockets contained eyes that looked sideways. Herbivore grinding jaws. Some plant-eating dinosaurs had teeth and jaws that were very efficient at grinding tough vegetation. The hadrosaurs had hundreds of self-sharpening cheek teeth with a greater like surface. Upper jaw was hinged to move outwards, and so then that when the jaws closed, the upper slid outwards and sideways across the lower teeth, grinding vegetation into a pulp. Here, hadrosaurs, a group of plant-eating ornithopods, bird-footed dinosaurs. Hadrosaurs had duck-like bills and walked on two legs with their stiffened tails extended for balance. Here you can see Edmontosaurus jaws packed tightly together in both jaws. The teeth of Edmontosaurus were replaced as they wore out. Here the horny beak for chopping vegetation, and here the lower jaw contained hundreds of cheek teeth, and here the upper jaw hinged to slide outwards. Omnivore jaws, including among theropods, was a subgroup of toothless dinosaurs called ornithomimosaurs. These looked like modern ostrich. All the small head had the sharp edge horny beak, which enabled ornithomimosaurs to feed omnivores, eating fruit, leaves, insect, lizards, and small mammals. Here the theropods, the group of flesh-eating dinosaurs that worked on two legs. Theropods, beast-footed dinosaurs, include all known flesh-eating dinosaurs and belongs to one of the two groups of Saurischian lizard-hip dinosaurs. Ornithomimosaurs, the group of flesh and plant-eating dinosaurs that work on two legs. Ornithomimosaurs looked like a giant featherless birds and had a toothless beak. They belong to the theropods, beast-footed dinosaurs, a group of Saurischian lizard-hip dinosaurs that included all known flesh eaters. Omnivores describe an animal that eats both plant food and meat. Omnivorous dinosaurs included the ostrich-like Strathiomimus, and which snapped up plants and small animals with a horny toothless beak. Mammals, an animal with their hair that feeds its young on milk produced by mammary glands. A mammal is an endothermic warm-blooded animal, which means that it keeps its body warm through its body chemical process. Mammals make up one of the most diverse mammal groups, including cats, whales, bats, elephants, and humans. Here the Strathiomimus jaws. This omnivore used its beak to snap up leaves, fruits, and small animals. Here the toothless beak. Here narrow jaw, similar to a bird's. Here lower jaw, and here large sockets containing eyes that looked sideways. Carnivore jaws. One group of dinosaurs, the theropods, was exclusively flesh-eating. The most theropod had long jaws with backward curving sharp teeth that were replaced when they were worn down or fell out. Largest of the theropods were Carnosaurs, which had a heavy bulk-built skull. Carnosaurs used their strong jaws and teeth to rip chunks of flesh from the prey. Here the theropods, a group of flesh-eating dinosaurs that work on two legs. Theropods, beast-footed dinosaurs, includes all known flesh-eating dinosaurs and belongs to one of the two groups of Saurischian lizard-hip dinosaurs. Carnosaurs, a group of large flesh-eating dinosaurs with powerful hind legs, a massive head, and a large curved teeth. Carnosaurs were a subgroup of theropods, beast-footed dinosaurs. Theropods were a group of Saurischian lizard-hip dinosaurs that included all known flesh-eating dinosaurs. Allosaurus jaws. Like other carnosaurs, Allosaurus could open its jaws wide to swallow lumps of flesh. Here the curved serrated teeth. Here the hollows in the skull reduces its overall weight. And here hinged lower jaw bulge outward to take a huge chunks of meat.